I'm back. Shit. Shit. Oh shit. Ah. Ah. Mmm. 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 Fuck. Mmm. God. All right. I think we're good. No, we're not good. Let's see what this is. Hey, look at that. Wait, is this it? In the front? It is.
Beyond Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny.
Players are going to go on a journey to discover the true nature of light and dark.
It's the beginning of players learning more about the darkness, and in fact going so far as to wield it.
It's about leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than one that you may have believed you were destined for.
That's a cool
What
shot
makes something
right there.
bad?
Yeah.
What makes darkness dark?
Some shadow keep. Some
Who's
scenes,
right?
Some shadow keep there. Some season
was
of the
it?
Drifter. Some Forsaken. Oh, is this gonna go all the way back?
How are those learnings going to change the characters that you have gotten to know over the last 6
So
years?
are we gonna see some more Uldren, bro? Oh, cutscenes. Oh, Drifter has stasis too. Oh, that's crazy. Bro, that shot right there. We're gonna have to look at that more. Oh, that's cool. What the hell?
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure. Guardians, for the
Is that a
longest
ship?
time, have been bathed
Oh,
in the
wait,
light. So
what?
this altruistic force fighting back evil. And now we're starting to move into that gray area between the light and dark.
If the darkness reaches out, we must reach back.
I will not sanction this.
In Season of Arrivals, the Vanguard is divided. You have some characters telling you, you know, we should fight these ships, and we have other characters who are saying, no, 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 we should find out what they want. We should get to know them and understand more. But
Some
it
Mercury,
definitely
some
comes to a head.
Mars.
This next year in Destiny is really just about how all the different characters and factions are reacting to these disappeared destinations and what that means as the
What the
pyramids have arrived
hold
in our
up.
system.
What?
Not for the first time, but for the
Y'all
second
saw
time.
that, right?
We're going to see the return of a character who's been absent for a pretty long time in The Stranger, and
I
boy,
called
does
it.
she have a lot to say.
Varys is
and
gonna
she
be the one that
has
gives us
a
the
lot
darkness, bro.
of time to explain.
When I know more, you'll know more.
She has shown up to
God, her
encourage
stupid
us
her stupid
to take on
explanations,
the
dude.
darkness, and the only way to truly stop it is to work with it.
And here comes our guardian. Right on time.
Ooh, bro.
Why did the darkness invite us here?
He's already spoken more than fucking Forsaken, bro.
Europa is literally like a time capsule.
Europa is huge.
Killer destination, freezing cold.
Desolate.
Some of the most beautiful spaces I've ever seen in a video game.
That's pretty nice.
There was a lot built on Europa during the Golden Age, and a lot of that was built underground.
Clovis
Oh,
Bray
this is gonna be
had
a
some
big
research
underground
facilities
place.
there.
Got
really
you.
pushing the limits of technology and innovation there.
Got
Maybe
some
stepping into some
exomodels.
things that we shouldn't have.
Under the ice, all kinds of secrets.
I'm so excited for what players are going to find.
The storm
Cool shots,
on
cool
Europa was
shots.
actually something we've wanted to do for a long time.
We wanted it to feel harsh.
The weather system is so awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space and all of a sudden things start happening.
Coming across like Fallen or Vex for the first time, you can barely make out the glow in their eyes.
Oh, that's gonna
The
that's
sound
gonna
of the
be
wind,
crazy,
the ice
dude.
will change based on what the weather is looking like. You'll actually feel every piece of the environment changing around you to match the storm.
Some of those big things. Is that gonna end up exploding like an incendior?
Europa itself is a pretty foreboding place. Aramis
That's
is
Vex
there in
tech
advance
right
of
there.
us, and she set up a forward base. She has lieutenants who have gotten their hands on stasis, gotten their hands on the darkness, and they're learning to wield it.
One by one, we will rise again.
And so I think her motivations are
That's
really
like, that's a
interesting
cool
too.
fallen
Today,
design too. Oh
we
wow,
begin
Rose the
breaking
Servitor
free
too.
from our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of the ways
Oh,
that we
crap,
think about
what?
light and darkness.
What?
She's gonna make you think about your relationship with the Traveler.
She's a compelling leader, and she has a vision. And especially after the collapse of their society, people, I think, the Fallen wanted someone to follow.
Is the light gonna be enough? I think we've seen that we need some new tools to fight our enemies with. Maybe it's time
Let's
to
eat more
fight
blood,
fire
bro.
with fire.
Oh Christ,
Or
those
ice with
things
ice.
are gonna be crazy, dude.
Stasis is, not just a set of new supers, but it's a new damage type.
Oh, that's
We've
a,
got Solar
oh,
Void, Arc, and now we've
that's
got
how you
Stasis.
shift them.
The idea for Stasis all really came back
that
from the
dude.
gameplay idea of
It's Dave
freezing
Samuel,
someone.
bro.
That was kind of the theme that everyone's
Dude,
kind of rallied
awesome.
behind. You know, Dima's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of put us on the right path.
Oh,
What
that's
really was landing with that was the more crystalline
D1
notion.
guns for the concepts.
So when we say cosmic ice, that's kind of where the cosmic comes in.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and just shatter him in pieces.
The pieces break apart and explode into sharp shards that can damage you. So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that theme.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Stasis is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways that you can upgrade it.
Then you start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways to modify your subclass. Aspects are a little bit more potent, and then the fragments are the things that are class agnostic, but depending on what your class is and depending on what your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there. This is just the beginning for Stasis. We're going to continue to expand on it. We're just excited for players to get their hands on this.
When we're creating a new palette like Stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're going to go out into the world, microphone, recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice. That gives us the palette that we can build the eventual sounds
So they're
out
their
of.
own like.
I found
Not
personally that
gimbal,
the best way to do it was at night. But doing screams, screeches, and blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast pump. You have to make use of what you got.
In Beyond Light, we have new exotic weapons for you. No Time to Explain is coming back.
Of course,
Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the Arc Soul, so you can be your own little mini firing squad and build for it.
Imagine Bad Company.
Another one we have is the
Destiny
Lament.
guns.
It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
I think the largest draw for most people is actually going to be the fact that it is a chainsaw sword.
Maybe.
Chainsaw sword. It didn't look like it did too
For
much
Beyond Light,
damage
we really
though,
wanted to
so
create
it's probably
exotic
not a
armor
heavy
pieces that formed a key part of your build around which all the other parts of your build could revolve. For example, the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield.
Okay.
The Warlock exotic is Necrotic Grip. If you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy, bro. That's gonna be disgusting for horde events. And that's the Will of Crota strike.
There's a lot there for newcomers coming in too. If you've got a friend who hasn't tried it out, it's a really great time to jump in on New Light, that entry experience for free players.
Last year, when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination.
It takes some of the experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and
is it the
tells
entire
a different story.
What you're going to meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one, but two names from Fast and the Furious, Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here.
What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
Got the
Season of the Hunt picks up where the Rivals left off.
Other forces are taking advantage of the darkness to make their move forward, including Xivu Arath, a sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army, and we're working with Osiris to try to stop her.
Osiris goes out, stumbles across these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
Oh.
Osiris is in trouble, and of course you're his only hope.
Oh. What? What? Hold up. Explain?
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here.
Wait, it's
impossible.
What? What?
We finally catch up to what we saw at the end of Forsaken, where we saw Aldrin being brought back to life by a ghost.
Aldrin, who now refers to himself as Crow, he doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a guardian.
We know what he's done.
Yeah, I remember that from like, what was it, 2 years ago now? Like a year and a half, 2 years, about that?
That's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we look at darkness.
In Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting Elixian Cabal and corrupting them. So Xivu Arath is essentially corrupting herself an army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
Are we going to end up fighting Xivu Arath?
Xivu Arath fleshed out more, and to find out more about her relationship with Savathun and what that means for Year 4 of Destiny.
Oh,
has been
hold up.
placing
That's actually
dominoes.
pretty cracked,
And
though.
At the end of Year 4, she's going to knock down the dominoes. We're going to see what she's been really up to. And so this year, she's putting the last pieces in place.
Yo.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and there are so many stories for us to tell.
We have a lot to look forward to beyond Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well we've been able to get things done.
We're committed to your characters and your community of players. We want to meet you where you are.
I think the thing that excites me the most about Destiny's future is how much it's rooted in where we come from.
Seeing villains revealed and finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for years.
When I look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire, the new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.
Bro. A lot of stuff to process right there. Holy crap. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that it looks like it's following a similar model to Shadowkeep in the fact that you have a main season and then you have some underlying stuff afterwards. I feel like that's something that Bungie would have done with Forsaken if they had that idea. I feel like the Dreaming City could have been a separate DLC or maybe like a separate expansion, but because the raid was based in the Dreaming City, they just kept them the same season. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of we're going to get a whole lot of stuff. This looks absolutely correct right now. So we got, first of all, what's this? This looks like something out of like Halo 4, Halo 5 with those, you know, what were they? The precursors? I think so. That's what they were called. I think they were the precursors. Like those robot dudes. That looks like something out of that. Prometheans, that's the name. Yeah, it looks very interesting. I wonder if that's going to be like a part of a cutscene, like
the darkness.
If that's going to be a part of like a cutscene where we get our super or something like that, or maybe that's just like, I don't know what that is, but it looks pretty cool. We got some cool stasis stuff. Eris has stasis. That's the ball. I don't know. Is that the rock? That roll and then into invisibility. That reminds me of the Scorn. Like, yeah, that reminds me of the Scorn and stuff. But since the Scorn were like technically made by the Ahamkara, so by that logic, we could say that it's a lot more definitive that the Scorn are made of darkness rather than some sort of neutrality, as some people believed Ahamkara were. I thought it was like a ship at first when it touched down, but then it just made a big ass explosion. So I don't know what the hell this is. That right there. That's crazy, dude. That is way out of left field. People have not really expected the Cabal to be teaming up with Guardians at all. Cabal, they kind of hated us after Season 10. So, why is this a thing? How is this a thing? And they've somehow integrated the Red Legion. I know, remember, alright, I made a meme, like, a year ago. That was like...
Nobody expects the Red Legion.
I love that so much. Bungie, do not mess this up. You've integrated Fallen, Vex, now Cabal, and apparently Hive. You've integrated 4 races into this one DLC series. And you better not mess it up, because I'm going to cry if you do.
The only way to truly stop it is to...
That thing looks more darknessy now. That looks more darknessy now because of this thing. That they look like the same thing, right? They look the same.
And a lot of that was built underground.
So there was a directory that was let me see if I can find it real quick. So Europa already looks big. Let me control minus this a little bit so we can like see everything. Europa is already big. Like, this is a super big map. And you're telling me there's even more underneath this map. That's massive. That's absolutely crazy. That's an interesting looking helmet. I thought that was like... Okay, for a split second, I thought it was an emote. it was like an emote where someone put on red sunglasses, right? But they're running, so it can't be an emote. So it's either a cool looking piece of armor or some new thing, some new form of customization that allows you to put on like ornaments that are like universal ornaments that go over your armor rather than change the armor's appearance. Because I swear that looks like a pair of sunglasses. So it's not a pair of sunglasses, just looked like it. But that still looks like almost a Vex thing, so maybe the Deepstone Crypt will have Vex included into it if this is indeed raid armor. Got some cool This reminds me, remember the first mission of Rise of Iron, where you're going up that snowy hill to the Iron Temple? That kind of reminds me of this, because you're going to like this old abandoned like station or whatever it is, on top like a big snowy mound. Those harpies, I don't want to dwell on them too much, but that's gonna be an interesting thing to fight. Like those are gonna be hella aggressive. Those are gonna be super aggressive, and I wonder if they're showing them off so much because they're going to be incorporated in the raid. That's going to be interesting. You can swap right from there instead of having it be in this subclass area like that. Also, that symbol kind of looks cool. That symbol looks cool. I'm guessing that's going to be the Season of the Hunt gear, whereas this is going to be the Beyond Light gear. You've got your abilities. This is the modified subclass paths. It looks kind of cool. I'd be interested to see how this will be integrated onto the other subclasses that we have. Like, this is your dodge, this is your jump, this is your melee, and this is an effect your super has. So we are out a couple of perks for our regular supers, because our regular supers, oh, I think this is the grenade. So we are out basically an entire skill tree for our supers. I'll give an example. We have, let's say, Top Tree Hammers, right? Top Tree Hammers has a shoulder charge melee, which would be put right here. Tempered metal. You have the hammers turn into molten embers upon impact. Every subclass path has 4 perks, 1 being melee, and then 3 being additional perks. So it'll be interesting to see how that works, especially because it seems that aspects only have 2 different chunks to them. And I feel like a lot of those extra perks are going to be aspects. I am disappointed that this dude didn't make any cool sound effects, but you win some, you lose some.
Breast pump.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would be used for, like...
You have to make use of what you got.
Weaponry or ambience.
Osiris goes out.
It's Osiris here on the moon, because it's even more haunted than normal, apparently. It is even more haunted because we have the Zivur-Ret Hive Man. And the Zivur-Ret Hive Man is going to corrupt all the Hive. I wonder if there's going to be a new mechanic to Crazed Hive. I feel like there could be. Like, they could just be, although at minimum, I could just see them be, like, more aggressive and do a little bit more damage. But then you get this out of nowhere. This becomes like something. You got the Dreaming City sword? Bro, don't you know that that's being retired, dude? Come on. Like, you can't just do that. You're intentionally putting yourself under light level, dude. What are you talking about? It's Aldwin!
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here. Impossible.
That part confuses me. So, pulled pork sounds like ghost, which means other ghosts sound identical to each other. But Sagira has her own voice, and pulled pork and our ghost have their own voices. I'm guessing that there's like a male voice and a female voice. And so that can help explain it a little bit, but like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know what to think about this. I would have definitely preferred pulled pork to have his own voice as opposed to just ripping from our ghost. Also, the fact that Uldren has the spider. Uldren has the spider's logo on him means that the spider must have known about him for a while and like put him into under his wing type thing. Put him under his wing. He legit just gave him a cool little funky tattoo, gave him a little hood, and he's like, "You're a superhero now. Go out and save the world."
So Zebra Wrath is essentially corrupting herself and army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
Is this like a Taken thing? Like, she doesn't know how to take, I don't think. But she's corrupting an army. Y'all, she's like the little sister, dude. She's like the little sister. She just wants to be a part of things. Like, she just leave her alone. She just wants to be a part of things. She wants to be like her brother and her sister. How sweet. We're still gonna probably kill her, though. But, like, still. Ooh, a roadmap. Awesome. We got Cloud Strike. We know about that already. No Time to Explain. We know that one. Duality. I don't remember Duality being mentioned. What was Duality? Yeah, nothing on Duality. So that'll be interesting. And then after this are all the exotic armor pieces. Destiny 2 Beyond Light kicks off November 10th with Guardians traveling to Europa to investigate the threats, mysteries, and power residing there. Season of the Hunt also begins on November 10th. You will be able to start earning ranks and rewards from the season pass, claim your artifact, and begin to customize it as you power up. The season story missions and new Wrathborn Hunts activity will kick off the following week on November 17th. Starting with Season of the Hunt, most of the seasonal content and all of the sweet gear will be sticking around for all of Year 4. We hope that alleviates some of the FOMO that has been present with past seasons. Now you can jump back in and experience past seasons' stories, activity, and loot anytime during Year 4. That was a good stream. That was a good VIDOC. We got a lot of interesting information. We have story being expanded on, which is always a good thing. We have cutscenes. We have gameplay. We have stasis. We have Ghost 2.0, which wasn't mentioned here, but it was mentioned in a previous TWAB. We have so much, and it's going to be very cool to explore all of that.